For the Honda Blue Jays Super Camp, you're teaching some of the youth in the city the basics of baseball.
Well, it's basics, but it's also a little bit more advanced stuff too, because we do have some of the kids that are, 16 years old, 15 years old. So we're really trying to get these kids a little bit more refined. The younger kids, we're trying to get them on the right path of being refined.
Okay.
So some of the biggest points we really try to stress on, besides every discipline of baseball. Hitting, pitching, fielding, base running.
There's so much.
Everything, yeah. And so what we hope these kids will do is they'll try to take one or two key points that really is going to help them get better. And me being the pitcher, I got the pitching station. So what we really try to focus on with the kids is we really try to get them to square their shoulders up to their target.
Okay.
If you're my catcher, if I don't square my shoulders up to you to throw the ball to you, I'm going to throw the ball over this way, or I'm going to sling it back over this way. So I'm going to really try to get these shoulders squared up to you to where I can get to my target.
Okay.
And a lot of kids don't do that. They close themselves down, or they open themselves up way too far. So we try to get them there. And the other big point is making sure they grip the baseball right.
So what do we need to know about that? Because
well, the biggest thing is, kids are always trying to say, okay, I got a 4-seam fastball, which is, with the horseshoe, or I go 2-seam fastball, which is with the seams. But the biggest thing is a lot of these kids will throw spirals. And if you're looking at that camera right there, that ball, when I throw it, it's going to spiral like this. I want these kids to understand that they got to get their palm facing that catcher to get behind the baseball.
Whoa, okay,
Get
gotcha.
behind the baseball. Instead of throwing a spiral, I want them to get behind that thing to where they can use the force of their fingers to pull that ball down and get that ball spinning almost backwards like this, or a little bit off center, going like on the clock 1 to 7.
So when it comes to the catcher, our shoulders are square, face them, our palm is facing to that
palm
catcher.
faces that catcher, yeah. And then make sure that you get through your target. Don't throw the ball to your target, throw it through your target. And once you start throwing that ball through that target, you start getting closer to home plate. And when you get if you're throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at this distance, all of a sudden you get about a foot closer, that ball's going to go a little faster because it has less ground to cover. So, it's just little things like this to help the older kids pick up maybe a mile or 2 or 3 on their fastball. The younger kids to stop lobbing the baseball and throw through their target, and they're going to get more accurate. And that's the biggest thing in baseball, throw strikes.
It's these simple morsels that we can sort of latch onto, because you could get confused knowing that there's 10 different steps to throw that ball, but if we just pick up on some of these basics.
Focus on 1 or 2 or 3, just like I told you, beforehand, and say, what is pitching? Pitching is just a more intensified way of playing catch. And so if these kids can understand the fact that I'm out here just playing catch, but I'm trying to throw the ball a little harder than I do when I play catch, they're going to start picking up the principles of pitching.
Well, Dwayne, the Honda Blue Jays Super Camp is so popular. Unfortunately, not everyone can get in who wants to be there. So we really appreciate you coming down to share some of your techniques with us. Can we talk coaching for a second? If I'm working with my kids in the backyard, what sorts of things do I got to tell them? Not only so that they're doing well technique-wise, but really enjoying the game.
Well, first and foremost, have fun in this game. Okay, everybody loves to have fun, want to play hard, want to go at it and win ball games. Winning isn't everything, but in my case, it's everything. But it's not everything. It's progressing, getting better. As a parent, as a coach, encourage, positive. You can be constructive, critical of them, but be positive. Every time they do something right, pat them on the back, and then just really work on these points. Of making sure, like fielding a ground ball. Keep your rear end down, catch the ball out in front of you. When you're throwing the ball, square your shoulders up, get through your target, not to it, get through it, and just sit there and just repetitively do that every day, and these kids are going to get better.
Dwayne Ward, former pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
We got a city team in batting against breast cancer this weekend, so we're going to use this technique to do some serious winning.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to the next one. I think we head off to Montreal after Winnipeg here, so things are rocking and rolling for us. We're loving it.
Busy schedule. Thanks for sharing those tips, Dwayne.
My pleasure, guys.
Taking a quick break here on BT, but more to come later this morning on City.